Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to Total War Rome 2, Divide et Impera as Rome. We're picking up right where we left off at the end of the previous episode with two of our legions here at the south of Italy, having just secured Taurus. Of course, doing that, we swept in before the Epirites could know what was happening, and as they were making their crossing from the Adriatic, they saw the smoke signals from the coast, realizing the town was lost, and they've now retreated back across the Apollonia, tail between their legs, to recruit a new army, no doubt for revenge. So, we've stationed Brutus here, mustering some of the locals into his army. Not the highest tier troops ever, but something formidable for a decent defensive force. And we're building back up the garrison. The town's about to be converted. It should be all good, given a little bit of time. The other army, of course, led by Lucius Libo, our primus inter pares, first among equals, our faction leader. He's getting ready for campaign against Sicily. The plan is to go into the north of Sicily, begin raiding, and draw out the Syracusan army, of which they waged war on me. Let's not forget, the CB, the Cassius Belli, is always in my favor here. I haven't waged one war. It's all things that have been done to us wrongfully. We don't want to expand. We have to. For justice. So, that's the plan. We're going to hopefully draw them out. They've got a decent garrison in the town, 16 units here. That'll be a tough fight. A lot of hoplites. Not easy to breach or have street fighting, you know. You need ways to be able to flank these guys, and city-to-city combat is difficult. Street-to-street combat, I should say. Now, the important thing is that the Carthaginians have also waged war on them. If we were to be really opportunistic, we could wait until they attack, maybe sweep in and clean up and mop up some of the damage, or the remains. But it remains to be seen if we want to wait that long. The plan is to just go in here, do some raiding, and see what happens. And that's pretty much it. I thought I would just quickly touch on the political situation within Rome itself, because we haven't looked at it in a while. We've gained a pip. We're now respected in the Senate. Previously, we were just balanced. So we're respected in the Senate. We gained some benefits with that. We could push it a little bit further to gain a few more benefits, although we'll start to see more political incidents occur. We are protected for 12 more turns from civil war, and nothing has really changed with the parties. The Junia group are stayed around the 23% mark. These two have kind of lost some influence at the expense of us growing in terms of influence, and that's because, of course, we're fighting battles with Lucius Libo all the time, so he's somewhat of an ambitious man, and his gravitas, combined with those battles, you know, it's pushing our influence in the Senate further forward. We could, of course, now that he has 7 authority, gather even more support for very little money in order to gain influence, but I'm a little bit worried with it gaining as fast as it has already. We don't want it to push any further than just one more pip, because then it really starts to get into the negatives. A -8 to public order everywhere, that's pretty rough. To go from nothing to -8, that's rough. So I really want to avoid that, so we want to make sure that we're managing these other guys and utilizing them to some extent, if we can. So soon enough, we'll be getting a third army. But again, we have 12 turns till any of this is really that important. We also have a few little things that we could do to kind of help us out. Oh yeah, we could send a diplomat. I forgot about that. It doesn't always work, though, you know? She could get killed, she could make a bad impression, things could go south very quickly. Anyways, that's the situation. Let's end the turn and see what happens. Alright, and with that, mission successful, the art of war. This was, of course, to research a following technology management, so we've gotten that now. So, barracks construction, we can now do an auxiliary camp should we wish, amongst a few other things, like recruiting champions. We have a new mission, recruit a champion, and we get martial skill. 5% chance to champion action, chance of success increased. Okay, I don't really mind about that. Faction destroyed, the Carpetani. Familiar name. Are they an Iberian tribe? It's either Iberian, I feel like it's somewhere way out northeast. Can't quite remember. Unseasonal conditions, a late spring. That's not good. They won't like that at all. -2 public order, reduction of wealth from agriculture. Dang. The province is also experiencing a late spring down here, same thing. Construction report, our public forms have been built in Taurus, as has our port, and our pacified capital is now complete. So, down here I was thinking we could go for a military port, start recruiting ships and stuff, because Carthage are sniffing around, and I really don't like it. Oh my god, where is their army? They could be lying in wait in ambush. Our one agent is deep in Iberia right now, so we can't really check them out, because they're discovering factions. I was thinking we could start making our way back across the ocean, just go direct route over this way to keep an eye on Carthage and what's going on in Sicily. It'll still take a while to get there, or go further up here and kind of find more trade partners, which I think is probably what I'm going to do just while we're here, because it'll take a long time to get back here. So let's do that. Gonna go out to the coast, maybe find the Lusitani. No, we found the Celtici. War declared between Carthage and the Turds. So, we'll see how that kind of goes. Where are they? Oh, they're there. Alright, so we can see this army moving along. They're mustering. So, war for Carthage on multiple fronts. That's good. Good news. Yeah, very peculiar where they may have gone. Alright. They've also stopped mustering over here. 15 units with 5 here. 20. One region. Founded in 588 BCE by Greek colonists from Corfu and Corinth. Apollonia grew rich on local agriculture, the slave trade, and its large harbor, as well as the local supply of asphalt. Descendants of the original Greek colonists ruled over the population of the mostly Illyrian origin. In the last few decades, however, the city has been controlled by Pyrrhus of Epirus, who has launched his wars with Rome. From this coastline, Apollonia being the most convenient link between the northern Greece and the Taurus area in Magna Graecia. Well, he is no more. I like reading those. I haven't really read them before. Right, so the other thing I was going to do technology-wise, that was one just to get that completed. Just after the mission, sorry. I wanted to go down and get this. Philosophers. It's 2 cultural conversion just everywhere, so I just think it's really beneficial. We have to get the scholarship first, so you get a library. A library? Yeah. Can't remember what a library does, actually. We could just take a real quick look. Is it research? Yeah. 5% research rate. Ugh. God, man, I can't speak today. -1 empire maintenance. That's really good. Yeah, that's definitely needed, because we're already at 10. So to bring that down by 1 would be nice. I wonder, is it a straight reduction, or is it -1% of what we currently have or something? I would imagine it's straight reduction. And then it also says it allows for the improvement of intellectual character trait and helps prevent it from decreasing. Interesting. Yeah, something I think we'll do, I haven't really gotten any governors yet, so we'll raise some forces. Speaking of, you know, using the other parties and doing something with them, the gens Cornelia and gens Papiria, or, yeah, it is Papiria. Get some of these guys in town. So what would you be good at? You know, -3 public order, because this guy is egotistical. So, not good. And it says aged. I guess it gets worse over time. That's kind of interesting. Student, deputy, scrappers. So these are negative traits, in my opinion. I don't really want any of it. Now, gens Papiria does not have a successor, okay? Lucius Cornelius Scipio, huh? Scipio, eh? He's obsessive, focused, abstinent, and frugal. A public order penalty due to the presence of local foreign cultures. That's not too bad, depending on the thing. -5 to having children. Oh. Reduction of construction costs, though, by 8%. And 10% wealth from industry. That's pretty good. What about your buddy here? This one's positive. He's cheerful. 8% replenishment, chance of having children, public order. Empire maintenance is up, though. That's not good. 1% tax rate. 5% tax rate, because he's a bureaucrat. A bureaucrat, a military tribune. Tempting, yeah. Movement range and upkeep to all land units and morale for units, that's fine. He's not going to be in charge of any military. We're just going to station him in Rome. So I think, yeah, if it weren't for the empire maintenance, this would be pretty much a no-brainer. But I'll go with it anyway. We'll instantiate him in. So 2%, you know, I mean, I think that's a cause either way. We could actually test it out. He's in the family, so is that still contributing, or is it only when he's deployed? So it's -12.6% right now. So let's see if it makes any difference. What was his name again? It's Gnaeus Cornelius Scipio. So raise forces. This guy, right? There he is. It's nothing to raise him as a unit, just like so. I would just pop him in. So him on his own isn't going to do any damage to the public order or anything, and he'll just gain sort of governorship rank over time. And it's still at -12. So having him as a character was the thing that cost us the money anyway. Might as well put him to use. Alright, great. So we have our first little governor in. How many armies can I have, actually? Because he does count towards our army cap. 3 out of 4. Yeah, so 1 governor for now I think is fine. I say governor, you know, I'm using him as a general as a governor, which is a thing you can do. When we... oh, I can't see the skill tree, but when we go down the upgrade tree, there is one specifically for leaving generals in cities that give great benefits to, like, taxes and things like that. So, he'll be good. Just need to give him time. Now, do we want to get that ship right? I think it's time we start investing into the Navy. We don't have much money, and navies are expensive, but at least it'll get us our troops across in a bit of a better fashion. So, Let's begin with a shipwright. As we expand out further, we might relocate this like naval base somewhere off Italy, because this can be still a good region for other things like agriculture. So it's going to take 5 turns. Are we building in Rome? We are building up Rome itself, and with a new temple on the way in 7 turns. This army can now just chill here. We'll go into patrol stance. That lowers our upkeep responsibilities. We're still gaining public order here, 6 per turn, so that's good. Although it's going to go down a little bit as we move now. Hopefully, no army lying in wait here. Yeah, nothing I can see. I'm not going to go into patrol now, because we could get ambushed. They could come straight across and hit us if we're not ready. So we'll just leave it as is. So, just to recap this army. It's Lucius Libo, our faction leader. Big beard on the guy now. So there he is. We have Triarii Petites Extraordinaries. These are Camillan Elite Hoplite Maniple. The best 5th of the allied Triarii are designated as Extraordinarii. Indeed, extraordinary soldiers. Yeah, they say when you call it out, they're like, Extraordinary. But I can't help but say, in the old game in Rome 1, when you say Triarii, they say Triarii. And I'll always say it that way, because it's awesome. I still remember, you recruit them, it's like, you hear the little march sound, and then they go, Triarii! So good. Anyway, you just had to be there, I guess. Right, we got Hastati, Equites, a little bit of Roari. They could have been maybe left behind thinking about it. Hastati Samnites, the early versions. These are early too, technically. We haven't had any reforms yet. If you want to get our reforms going, it's down here, right? The Roman unit upgrades, and then the Imperial unit upgrades. You can't force it, though. There are conditions that need to be met. Imperium level and a few other things before you get them. I'll have to look into that, actually, what the reform triggers are. They're different for different factions. Alright, there's nothing else for me to do. We'll just move that spy again, and then that's really it. We'll end these turns a bit more rapidly now. You can't move. Did I already move you this turn? Oh, I guess so. Alright, well, everyone else is good to go then. We could also recruit a champion. Might start thinking about doing that. And see if we can get some unit experience in our armies for free. So we can really like level these guys up. Yeah, it might be worthwhile doing. So we'll try to invest in one of those soon. Alright, let's just end the turn and see what happens. Roman influence rises in Sicily. Oh my god. Alright, rally horsemen or cavalry training. So the need for cavalry, despite your unbound military, might some have drawn attention to the fact that your cavalry lacks strength in numbers. Well, we'll go with experience rank for ones if we do recruit them, but we probably won't recruit any. So, once a Carthaginian ally and within their sphere of influence, Messina has been taken with the Roman area of control. So that would be a little town here, this little port town. This new push into Sicily has caused the 2 major powers to begin eyeing the island between them as the staging ground for war. Although they were once allies, the 2 preeminent powers of the Western Mediterranean now seem to be, oh my god, on a collision course for conflict. The aging hegemony of the Carthaginian Republic now faces an up-and-coming Rome that could threaten power in the region. I apologize for burping. I had a bagel. Okay, I had a bagel. It's a little bready. That's awesome, though, to get that. I mean, I never really remember. I remember these events popping off with Divide and Impera, but I didn't remember, like, is this happening because I'm actually here? If it is, it's just it's either coincidental or it's awesome that it's triggering because it knows where I am. Or, like, what's happened. I am very suspicious, though, of what's going on here. Because I have no idea. I don't know. Should we cross? It is summer. It would be a good time to do it. If we just cross it here and raid, I'll either get ambushed or, you know, we might draw them out. Or we could go straight for the town. Potentially. Alright, I'm going to do it. I don't see anybody. I'm just thinking, like, they are building down there. The town is, like, kind of wide open, but if I go down there and their army's just, like, here, they'll just easily gang up on me. I'm not going to rush it with a couple of ladders this time. I'd have to have some actual equipment. They got a better army here, much bigger than last time, than at Taurus. So, I think I'm going to play it cautiously. We're going to raid, and if nothing comes from me, then I'll move forward. How much... Actually, one thing. That's the sphere of influence. If we stand about here, please don't get ambushed. Still can't really see. Okay, well, let's just do a little bit of raiding. That's 600 income. That's pretty good. So I'll take the money. We'll play it cautious. And we'll see if they come back to this area. They want to fight me. That's fine. That's preferable. I want to defeat them in a land battle, if possible, first. So, Epirus are recruiting again. A troubled populace at Rome. That's not good. They're getting worse. Negative 25. But they've gone to 3 public order now. Okay. Yeah, so it's just summertime, so things are better now. Okay, good. And a warm summer in Magna Graecia, which is a good thing. People like a warm summer. So this place is getting slightly better too. It's at 6 public order per turn. All right. What else could we do? 2,300, and we could start investing into some of these buildings. I did want to get the slave trader, but we need 5,000 for that. This will scale. No, not really. Okay. Asculum. We need the salt mines there. Arminum, we need the fish building. And Arretium, we have the resource building, so we could get something else. Yeah, let's expand this, and we can go down the Ager Publicus chain. Now, this is one that's unique to Divide et Impera, Italian immigrants. This will change how you distribute your population, right? So it's plus 1% to the foreigner population, and negative 12% auxiliary recruitment. See, we're going to do that in some of the big capitals really far out, but you get 5 diplomatic bonus with Italian factions. That's interesting. If we set up something like that in... It won't say Italian, obviously. It'll say, like, Celtic. But if we set something up like that in Gaul, suddenly we'll have an influx of that population. We should be able to recruit a lot, and we'll have a little bonus with some of the locals. That's pretty cool. Anyway, in that place, I'm actually going to go with the Ager Publicus. It can be changed into a bunch of things, but to start, just a little bit of public order and growth. But then we could go with the Medicus, which is really good. You know, it's good public order, more sanitation, unit replenishment, and so on. You can actually then go with ones that add garrison, which is pretty neat. Increase the foreigner population again by 1% down here. That seems a bit unusual, actually, just for a stadium. But yeah, sure. I guess it's drawing people in, tourists. And a large market, again, to boost your commerce. 8% tariff income from trade agreements. This is probably the one that would actually be suitable to this region. It is globally, right? Tariff income everywhere. But it's 10% from wealth from all commerce as a scaler. So I reckon, yeah, trader would be the one to do. But that's going to be negative 4 public order. So until we can offset that or afford it, I wouldn't go with that. Anyway, just wanted to explain some of my reasoning. Once we get familiar with those buildings a few times, you'll I won't have to stop and explain. I mean, most people probably get it. I'm probably the one that I'm explaining for myself. But yeah, won't be doing it every single time. Ooh, 2 public order in the local province. It's tempting just to kind of push it up a bit further that way. Nice and quick like. 1 cunning, 2 public order for military presence in the local province. Plus 6. Well, there's military presence in this province. Yeah, sure, okay. Does anything change? Maybe that's only if you're with a general? Because it's the province. Remember, there is an army right here. So that's why I thought, yeah, it would go up by 2. Surely. But no, it didn't change. Anyways, so what have we got so far? Just the stuff in the red chain. We want to get the stuff in the commercial chain then as well. But public order for now, I think, is just desperately needed. Wealth from industry, wealth from agriculture, food, and commercial simulation. Yes, we'll start going down the green chain. We'll do the exact same for the other guy. Now, this is wealth from agriculture, I think I'll go with. It didn't change anything just yet. I think it'll refresh on the next turn, or if I recalculate the trade and finance screen. So just do the same again, except this guy is going to go down somewhere on the left toward the commercial stuff. Right, so now, just going to open trade and finance. We have 2588 coming in. Increase the taxes, and then lower them back down. No, it's still the same. Sometimes it refreshes it, but I guess not. It is tempting to go with lower taxes just for a little bit. Our income only changes by 400. And we gain 10 public order there and 6 here. So I think I'll do that. We'll lower the taxes for a little while. That shouldn't have been affected, though, actually, thinking about it. They've got no taxes, right? Yeah, their one didn't matter. It's just the other one. We're only taxing Rome. Alright. If we can get them into higher public order, we yield more taxes. Does this increase public order, by the way? So we're going from Roma to this. Surprisingly, no. I thought maybe it would. Okay. Alright, not much else to do. We're still just waiting. We have our spy, actually, just to take care of. And then we're good to end the turn. Alright, the Lusitani have been found. Let's see if we can trade with them.
I welcome you, worthy speaker.
Yeah, they seem like they're into it.
I listen because your people are known to have honor.
All right, 1800 for a trade route. Nice trade route established. That trade route is going to be super valuable because it actually gives us line of sight all along the coast of Africa. So love it. Bit of a tactical, like we secretly have spies on that trade route. And then the Galicia up north. So yeah, we're making 151 from it. We're exporting salt, fish, wine, and I'm not sure what that other thing is. Olives, I think. And we're importing the exact same stuff. Which is, I don't really get that, but okay. It'll probably tell me here. They're importing all of those things. Yeah, so we're not actually taking anything in from them. 135. That's pretty good. Alright, let's have a little once-over of diplomacy. Factions that like us the most, surprisingly, Carthage, 88. We haven't done anything to hurt them. We're not friends with the Aravasi. Oh, sorry, wrong faction. Click. There we go. Yeah, we haven't allied any of their enemies, except... No, even the Turtitani we didn't do trade with or anything, nor the Editani, so we haven't done anything to annoy them at all yet. Nor have they done anything to annoy me. Alright, Massalia, looking good. Everyone's pretty happy, right? 32 friendly relations, cultural aversion, but not too bad. Alright, I wouldn't worry about anything else then. Still no movement from Epirus. We're just chilling here until our campaigns in Sicily are done, because money's just a little tight. So let's end the turn. Mission failed. We did not recruit the champion. Yeah, didn't we need... I didn't actually forget. I remember just thinking during the end turn, like, oh, I'll do it this turn. But for some reason, I felt like we didn't have enough money. But maybe we did. Oh, well. Alright, so let's have a look at the situation. I'm thinking now, it's autumn, that we just start to move forward. Oh, wow, we lose all of our movement. Yeah, I'm just going to go here. I wanted to see if there's anything around us. I still don't see anything. This is crazy. Like, where are they? We're outside their town. They still didn't come for me. It's really bizarre. So I'm still tempted to almost, like, fortify and see if Annual will engage me. And we can defeat them and then go for the town. This would be nice, because actually they would come out as reinforcements, but we'd have an open land battle. And I feel like in a fort, we'd also do pretty well with the towers and everything, so... Although next turn it's winter, you know? Next turn it's winter and I feel like we have to go back. Or do raiding instead. Yeah, okay, I'll tell you what. Here's the plan. We'll stay defensive. I'm going to play it slow. I don't care. Playing it slow, playing it safe. Defensive for this turn, right? Just being in a fort. If no sign of them next turn, it'll be winter. I'll just raid for one more turn. And then we attack in spring. So, that's what's going to happen. Alright. How's this guy doing for XP? Does it show me XP actually in this? I don't know. Character details. Yeah, it says experience 0 out of 20. Might have to look up how he gains experience, because I'm pretty... Oh no, he is gaining experience. Yeah, nice. 2 out of 16. Wow, that's such a small amount, but at least he's gaining something. Alright, yeah, I guess there's really not much else to do. War declared between Massalia and the Volcae. Okay, that's interesting. That was their Klein state, so they're after just waging war on them. And it's them against them. Wonder why they did that. Faction destroyed. The Deorsi. Ah, the Deorsi lost. Interesting. So the Deorsi were up here and they attacked Aluminium. These guys attacked... I want to check on that and just see... How's that going? Are you still at war with the RDA? They are. So that's really surprising. I thought for sure 2v1 they would lose, but they do have a big settlement. So I guess they were able to keep up with it. Alright, what else? Unseasonal conditions, early autumn. Household expands. So Gnaeus Cornelius Scipio... We assigned this guy, didn't we? If we didn't, he's getting +2 public order. I'm not going to object to that. The guard dog is in position now as well. Right, so it took a turn to take effect. Ah, that makes sense. I was wondering why we weren't seeing it. My bad. Now we can actually get our auxiliary camp, should we wish. It's so weird that we can't even see... There's so much stuff with it, we can't even see the full tooltip. -2 food, 2 public order. And all these different units that we can recruit. Question is, can we even make use of it? We don't have the money, so there's no real point in doing that just yet. This can grow as well. It'll consume more food, but I think I'm okay with that. Into an allied state. Oh yeah, the slave trader actually. Can we get the slave trader up here? No. So it's 5,000 up here, but down south it's not. Why? It's 3,813. Wow. Oh, because of these guys. They reduce the cost of buildings, don't they?
What do you wish of me?
Negative 6% construction costs for this guy. And what about you?
Ready, willing, and
He also has the same thing. They're both dependent.
ready, willing, and able.
Oh no, they're not. This guy's borderline. Alright, so it's slightly different. But they do both combined reduce building costs quite significantly, actually. I'll tell you what then, maybe we'll move them in just to get some stuff built in Rome. Or we could just, while we're here, get some buildings here, I guess. The Roman village of Cassentia and Beneventum. So this one now, because it doesn't have a resource attached to it, we can decide what it becomes. I reckon farming for agriculture, because this region does have Beneventum produces olives, which is an agricultural product. So if we spec it for agriculture overall, that would be good, I think. So do that for both of them. So that's a bit cheaper, so it's a bit more efficient. And then now that the culture is coming back up, we can move these guys back to Rome soon enough. We're at 32%. So yeah, we're gaining nicely. All right, unhappy populace. That's better than it was before. We're down to negative 72 with these guys and negative 19. All right, let's end the turn. Just see if, again, anything else will enact this plan.
All would surely benefit if we agreed to open trade from this day on.
Interesting. So the victor wants to get a trade agreement with us 151 value, so we make it back in one turn. A token payment. They are at war with the RDA though. But yeah, I'll go with that. They're not at war with anyone else. Why not? I don't really want to go to Illyria anytime soon. So I'll accept it also. I know I could probably twist their arm and get some money, but it's fine. It's fine. Conflict of the Orders. A criminal gang is running rampant, bringing chaos to the streets of Rome. However, dealing with the problem is not as simple as it may first appear, as the gang is rumored to be under the protection of a patrician from a prominent family, and thus beyond the law. The plebs are in great distress and threaten secessio, rebellion, I guess. The plebs are clearly overreacting. The misguided brutes talk with the patrician. A conversation with the patrician should be enough. Use force, make an example of the criminals, or appease them with speech. Honeyed words on a silver tongue always do the trick. I would say talk with the patrician. Or the speech. It just depends. That seems a bit more up in the air if that could work. I'll talk with the patrician. See what happens. I have no idea what happens to that. I've never seen that event before. See here in history. These are cool as well. It tells you what actually happened that year. But I'm not going to read that.
How can I be of assistance?
Alright, so I forgot to move the spy, but they did move at the end of the turn anyway. So let's just move and continue our loop around Iberia. Although it might be wise to cut into the center. Numantia and stuff is there, I think. The Aravasi. So we have the Gallici. What are you guys up to? They're at war with the Sistani and the Cantabri. Another trade route, maybe?
The gods will have me listen to you.
They're not interested. Well, then neither am I. And we should probably deploy her. Alright, cool. Now, our buildings are being built. Not worried about that. Grain pits. I don't think we really need this, but it might not be a terrible idea in the short term, because it extends supply into foreign regions, even across the ocean. Still no sign of them. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna just go raid, as the plan said. Oh my god, we're making over 1,000 with that raid. That's really good, actually. So yeah, I'm happy to do that. So we'll do this raid. If they don't attack me, then fine. I could attack that army there and draw out their garrison. It's a little cheesy. But I don't know, man. Sometimes I might do something like that. But I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. If you have an army, now's the time to come get me. If you don't, after this, I am attacking this town. And maybe I will just go through you with them. And then we'll just mop up what was ever left in the city.
Ready for battle.
Just trying to think, what else do we need to do? Nothing that I can think of. Oh, yeah. Actually, the champion. So, -2 upkeep and 5 experience gained per turn. Perfect, right? That's a perfect one. -2 upkeep, 5 experience is the exact same? I think it's the exact same. Yep. And then this one, 10% wealth from adventuring. So this guy would be good to send around the world. And he'll gain wealth based on doing different actions. So, yeah, we'll go with who's the older person, if there is one. Do we get to see? I'm not sure. Oh, let's go with this guy then. Decimus Gabinius Seneca. Seneca's a cool name. How many of these can we have, by the way? And how old is he? He's only 20. Maybe they're all only 20. I don't know. Alright, you can only have one of them. So yeah, you're going to go in that army, lowering the upkeep by 5%, but also giving them passive experience. So that's great. I mean, it's a really small amount, but it's better than nothing. Alright, public order is getting better in both places. That's a +8 that we're seeing now and a +12. Still no taxes on these guys just yet, but we're going to let them build to about maybe 30 public order, -30, and then I'll turn taxes on. And money should be pretty good. Alright, again, just like end the turns, not much else to do. Nothing's really changed diplomatically. Faction destroyed Liguria. Oh, right. Actually, to our north, then. And the Innisubris are the ones that prevailed. This would suck big time if they attacked me. Might be worth talking to them about that. Are you at war with anyone?
Greetings to you. I trust you come with honorable words that I can hear kindly.
500 for non-aggression?
I thank you for the offer.
No. Okay, we have to really pay attention to that. Because if I have to pull that army back north, then I have to pull this army out of Sicily. It's messy real quick.
Our merchants seek prosperity in your lands.
Athens.
Yours could do the same in ours.
A client state of
Will
Macedon.
you agree to this?
Yeah, that's fine by me. Although, you know, you're a wealthy enough group. How much would this yield? 98? I think you'd be willing to pay me for this kind of thing. Yep. There we go. Nice. Alright. Research complete. Philosophers, we're on to the next one now. Conflict of orders. So the result of this event. The patrician promptly denies any involvement with the gang, yet the tide of criminal activity seems to abate. The plebs still grumble, nevertheless. Damn, grumbling plebs. -3 public order everywhere. -7% wealth from agriculture and industry. Damn. But indifferent patrician, so we gained 1 loyalty. That sucks. So not a good outcome, in my opinion. Right, I just thought of something. They could be literally in ambush right here. We'll know as soon as we attack. That's a cool shield. But before we do, let's just move our agent one last time. Into the center, please. So what do we have here? The Cantabri. And faction encountered. Yeah, Cantabri. Unseasonal conditions of late spring. They don't like that. We've seen that before. Troubled populace in Magna Graecia. That's better than what it was. A faction rises. Iaxamati. Possibly a Scythian or an African. That's a Scythian. Okay. Alright. Damn, Italy is looking nice. Yeah. I reckon while we're here and we have the cheaper costs, we upgrade the allied state now. I don't see why not. And then the... Ooh, yeah. Actually, we should do this one. The Sacred Grove. 4 public order, sanitation, Latin cultural influence +3. That's a really good one to go with. And then we can do this as well. So that'll be all our money spent now for building upgrade. Actually, wait. I don't want them to attack me. So, non-aggression. I'll give you a little bit more money.
Offers, but do not wrap them in lies. The spirits know truth.
2,000 is moderate. Ugh.
I thank you for the offer, but we are not wet.
I'll have to leave it. I'm not going to pay more than that. We'll deal with it if they attack. We'll deal with it. Alright, let's do the same building upgrades I just talked about. So that one and then this one. Alright, cool. Alright, let's have a look. Let's attack this guy. It's the garrison army, so I thought if the other one was here somewhere we'd see it, but it is just going to be an open field battle against their garrison army. And this general who's waiting there. We do not know where that Syracusan army is. Maybe they're defeated. I don't know. Okay, let's begin. Alright, we are in. Let's begin. Nice clear day for the fight as well. Alright, won't take too long with this. Let's just get a pretty standard formation going. We'll get our Hastati in the front. And maybe I'll just spread them out a little bit wider and then just create slight gaps between. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of Hastati. Got our Principes then that can help them out at the back. And then we have our Triarii equivalents here in the center. Let's check out these guys, the Petites Extraordinari. Looking so cool. They look really similar to these guys, but they got different types of helmets. These guys all have like little plumes on their helmets, whereas these guys have different sorts of things going on. They also have different stuff painted on their shields. Nice. Alright, cool. Alright, so the Petites on the right. Let's get the general in the middle, just to help anything out who needs it. And we'll back up our cavalry together with the missile cavalry behind. Let's turn off fire at will for our levies. And I suppose we'll put the levies in the front. Spears to maybe protect the left side from their cavalry. And some spears going with our cavalry on the right. Alright, so that's the situation. Strong body of Hastati, followed by a couple of Principes, some Triarii in the center, missiles at the front, spears on the flank, weak spears, but light, so quick. And our cavalry on the right with some spears backing them up also. That's the plan. Now, we can sort of see their deployment. They're just over there. Oh, it's just the one unit at the moment, right? It's just going to be the enemy general until the reinforcements come in. Because technically the entire army's coming in by reinforcement. It looks like he's going to make a beeline for the hill, actually.
General! Army! Riders! Forward!
Okay, we've just seen something. They have the hill. They easily have the hill. So I'm going to pull back to and start moving to the left. And we'll see if we can take that hill. To sort of somewhat counter them. Now, they're defending. So we have to go to them ultimately. I'll tell you what, we'll just run this little bit. Just get into that position, then we'll walk from there. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one with the hill in the center. Very awkward indeed. Just need to level the playing field, but it almost looks like they're moving out that way now too. They got Greek archers running down the hill. I think we're probably in their range, to be honest. Yeah, they are. They're firing at us now. Well, they're hitting some trees, which is good. I mean, if I could draw them up this hill, that'd work out actually kind of okay. Three archer units now in the center, one on the right. Some really far out on the right. Our cavalry station on the right. Our main cavalry anyway. We have the general as well, of course. We have levies. The levies could go forward and just demolish those guys, probably. I reckon so. Let's just do it. Let's let them fire. Right, levies are running forward out of the tree line. We're going to fire into that central group in just 1 second. They're firing over into the distance. They're really trying to get those guys for some reason. Right, you guys are in position. Just firing out. You two are almost in position. Surprisingly did no kills there. I don't know how that's even possible. There we go. That is way better. That's what I like to see. Alright, don't waste too much of it, guys. Just fall back. Let the Hastati move forward just ever so slightly. And move these guys just down a little further this way, sorry. The cavalry's getting shot at. Move that cavalry now. Right, so everyone should be in a much better position now. Defensive positions, because they are charging me, so just hold for a moment. Alright, cavalry, out to the right, please. Let's just back off just for a second if we can. Yeah, just wanted to avoid that little mass there. Just you know, because they might just turn around and start coming into me. But yeah, we'll target both of those archer units that have been left alone. Move these guys forward.
Spears ready. Ready.
I think it's actually time to plug that gap. Going into defensive formation, we've obviously made a bunch of gaps. Cavalry's doing okay. Maybe we can come up and do a bit of an inspire. The Pedites, where are they? They're moving forward now as well, just to plug these gaps. Good, their general's in the back. A lot of archers here. If we can get our general around to hit into that, that'd be nice. Or just our cavalry generally. Move forward. Right, so that area is dealt with. Now, let's charge there. Go forward with these guys. Go forward with them. They can move forward as well. The missile cavalry, we'll just position them here. Shock cavalry. I'm going to keep up the pursuit. They're going to come back for sure, so we'll just make sure we knock them out completely. And my general is going to come down now and slam into these guys. A little risky, moving into the center like that, but I think it'd be worth it. Are they dealt with? They're pretty dealt with. They're really far off the map. Alright, there's a general. Let's go. Do charge mode as well, or whatever it's called. Wedge formation. These guys are kind of messed up in here. There we go, that should do fine. Once they run out of ammo, we'll just charge in then as well. By the way, these are running back to the city, so we do want to actually take them out to prevent them being in there. This unit's not actually engaged, nor is that one, so let's get them together. How's the general doing? Yeah, he's doing a good job. Still got some ammo left, keep throwing. Alright, it's going pretty well. How's our levies? We haven't actually used them really at all. These two fire into the sides there. Bit of an awkward angle, but I think you can get some good side hits in. Yeah, that's decent. Maybe a little danger close. Same with you guys. You guys can just fire into that group right there. Are you guys done? They fired pretty much all their ammo now. Alright, looking good. Just chasing down the remnants of those Greek archers. And you can go for your charge now. This unit is finally about to go grab me. Alright, good charge. Break that unit easily and then fire into the back of these guys. That's 3 javelins straight in. Oh my days. And they can do that a few times now. My unit actually in the center is kind of breaking there. They're very low on health right now. Where's my general? Let's get him back. I don't know where they're going, so that's good. Tell you what, that unit can... Oh no, yeah, you stay in. You guys can phalanx as well and go in. There's a big mass of units there. Yeah, okay, so... Oh, nice, they've broken. Let's just turn off that defensive formation for a second. Get these guys involved. Alright, is any cavalry in trouble? No, they're okay. Just the levies accidentally went into combat. That's my bad. General's there. Can we pile into this unit? Yes, slightly. do a little inspire on the way in. 175 down to 172 on the charge. And then we'll kill them as soon as they get up. Oh man. Alright, the levies. Fire into that unit, please. Yeah, good. Are these guys not done yet? It's just that unit now. Let's just move around a bit with some of these guys if we can. Alright, just about to finish these guys off. It's almost done. Let's just slam into them. Just trying to get that last unit over there. Alright, these guys have been easily cleaned up. That's pretty much it, right? That's GG. Just let it play for a few seconds. Just mop up some of the guys we were initially right on top of. And then we'll call it there. So that's the first fight against Syracuse. Don't know where that full stack army is, but easy enough. Right in the gut. It was a pretty easy battle. You know, we didn't take many losses. Again, we're against a garrison force, so they're not very strong. I'm hoping soon we get like a nice, good, proper field battle. But I remember in my time in DEI, it's like, especially when you go against barbarians and stuff, it's like, oh, I've got 2,000 men, I'm against 12,000. And you're like heavily outnumbered, and it's more like a battle of attrition at that point. But yeah, we'll just have to see. Hopefully it gets a little bit more, I guess, exciting slash tense? What's the word? I can't think of the word, but like where there's something on the line, you know, where we might feel like we really lose. We just need to make more enemies. Anyway, should we ransom, enslave, or kill? Ransom would be kind of nice for the money. They look upon me more favorably if we do that. Carthage won't like that. Enslaving would be alright, though. We'll take them back to Rome. Okay, so presumably there's not much left in that town, so let's just go for it. So that's an obvious auto-resolve, right? That's one where we do not have to fight that. So, although I might lose this Estata unit, but it is what it is. We'll just take the L. I'll do a protective stance and maybe that won't happen. Oh, nice. They stayed alive. And they actually killed 3 people. Good on them. Right, so occupy, loot, subjugate, sack, raise, or liberate. Now, liberate would create a whole new faction here and allow us to leave Sicily and go across to Apollonia and defeat Epirus. It would mean that Carthage take the island, though. And then we come back and deal with Carthage. But I'd say because we've been having a somewhat easy time of it, let's not take the easy option, which is to come back later. Let's just try to stick with it and hold it now. Oh my god, though. Looting it, 11,000 gold. You gain money from looting. What buildings in the settlement will be damaged? Yeah, they all have to be changed anyway, so sure. Let's do it. I'll take the money. Alright, our Imperium has hit a new level as well. Syracuse are gone. So they have no enemy left other than just attacking us if they wish. Could hop out of the town for a turn. We're going to take the -60 anyway, and this now, I'm going to not repair it, but actually dismantle. And that will reset its level down 1 tier, which I'm okay with. We'll just build up this town ourselves. I don't want any of this filthy Greek buildings. Oh, I thought because that was red for a second we were at war with them. I was like, what? But no, that's it. Somewhat unceremonious end to Syracuse, but yeah, they are GG'd. So we have a dominant Punic culture here now. No Latin culture whatsoever. We're going to have to get the dignitaries down, I think. So we start moving them now. We've got all those buildings that we wanted, so let's get stepping. We'll keep our defenses up here for the Epirus invasion, and I would imagine, I don't know if there's a script that triggers or what, but I would imagine these guys are going to turn on us very soon indeed. Now, with 13,000 gold, we'll be able to build this town up quite nicely, especially when we put the dignitaries back in it. / governors. I know we've got loads of money to improve this situation as well. Yeah, even though we're going to pay the full whack, I'm going to do it. We'll just get the slave trader here. I might save these other buildings until we get them back up here. But just that building will be fine. That will handle the slave population for us and give us more income. We now have 23% slaves. You could also sell slaves here. And that increases empire maintenance, but you get double the money from them. And then their population will decline over time. So you can kind of even it back out. You need to do that when basically you have too much. It's causing too bad of a public order, but we're at still positive public order right now, so I don't really mind too much. Now, we're at 5 public order here. If we tax them, we're at 1. I think I'll take the money for now, because we kind of need it. And you get in there, do some military training. That'll make that army cheaper. And that'll be it. Alright, so we'll leave it there. And, yeah, we're going to see how Carthage are going to react. And if they don't react for a while, we're going to take the fight to the Epirots. Alright, that's going to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.